Hey, SallyBC here, and today I'm doing a video on the Transformers Wolf Cybertron Trilogy Netflix spoiler pack Nemesis Prime. So here he is in his truck mode. He uses this Siege Voyager Optimus Prime mold, but with the Earthrise Optimus Prime trailer. As this is the Siege mold, it's more cyberpunk in style than Earth, and I think it looks pretty cool. The translucent red and all the detailing, like the bits jutting up the front and the back wheels being covered, just make it look really mean. And the silver paint helps break up all the black. I do feel that this vehicle mode works better for Nemesis than it did for Optimus. He's got a Decepticon logo on the side. Not sure how I feel about it, as I've never really felt that Nemesis was a Decepticon. Maybe he associates himself with them, but in reality he's an unaffiliated evil. There's two 5mm ports on top, one on each of the incredibly tiny smokestacks, two on each side, and one in the bed. You can make a pseudo flying mode by folding down all the wheels. This is intended because the front wheels have a place to slot in. And there's a stand port right here that gets covered up in robot mode. I don't see why they even bothered. It looks crap. The trailer, of course, has a flip-out stand, and the back door can open. It's compatible with the road system. There are three 5mm ports underneath, and it has this sick silver and teal stripe going down it, ending in this Decepticon symbol. I would have liked to see some of that colour on Nemesis himself in this mode. The Takara Tomy Mall exclusive does have a lot of teal, but I feel that this figure has an overall better colour scheme. The trailer fits into the back of Nemesis. There is a little bit of stylistic contrast with the realistic trailer and cyberpunk cap, but it's not big enough to cause problems with how it looks. In fact, this looks great. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, and trailers, another Siege Voyager Soundwave, Siege Megatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous video Transformers Studio Series 86 Slug, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. Now for transformation, come to these side panels and just flip them open. Then the windows are going to come out, fold in the wheels, side panels will come out, then these will open, and this whole section will come up and up like this. Fold in bumper and fold these in, then fold this down, flip up the head, and you can close the chest. These panels will fold down, then you can take this entire side section and move it out like this, swing this round and fold this down. Same on the other side. The wheels will fold up into the chest, then the entire bed will swing down and clip into place. This section will turn around and plug into the back. Split this, the wheels will fold round, this piece will flip out, and this will fold down, plugging into place. This turns around, this folds down, and this flattens out. Same on the other side. And here is Nemesis Prime in his robot mode. Just like with the vehicle mode, I feel this mold fits Nemesis more than it did with Optimus. But that may just be a side effect of the everything looks better in black syndrome. His face is painted in silver with these red eyes, and it does seem to be the same mold as the Earthrise. My copy seems to have a line running through the faceplate, which can be quite annoying. The chest carries over the red windows, but he now has this silver grille with some more silver paint surrounding it. It's got these lights on the chest that are painted in teal. It's also got some teal on the crotch, though I'm not sure if it's actually the same colour as the teal on the trailer. The Decepticon logo is now on the left shoulder, and the silver smokestacks are on both shoulders. Compared to the Takara Tomy Mall exclusive Nemesis Prime, this guy is more of a very dark grey, whilst that was a black. And that guy definitely has a lot more teal. I do prefer this colour scheme again over that one, though. I feel he's got too much teal, especially in vehicle mode. Pretty nice sword though. The kibble on this guy is quite divisive. Some people hate it, and others don't mind it. I'm part of the latter group. Whilst there is quite a lot of kibble, the large backpack, and the stuff under the arms, it's not enough for me to consider it egregious. Anyway, the stuff under the arms you can flip out into cannons, and the backpack can be considered a jetpack. For 5mm ports, there's two on the back, two on each arm, one on each leg, and two under each foot. For blast effect pegs, there is one on each shoulder and one on each shin. He's got a stand port behind here. His trailer, as it is the Earthrise one, opens up into a base. There are four 5mm ports on each wing, a 5mm peg in the middle, and one on the ramp. Speaking of the ramp, this section comes off and can be used as a shield. The robot dude has three hinges, a swivel at the top, and ball joints at the arms. It's got two 5mm ports at the front, and a 5mm peg down here. That's because it can come off and attach to any of the 5mm ports on Nemesis. That leaves two 5mm ports underneath the robot and two pegs on the trailer. You can stand the trailer up, and I feel it makes a much more convincing base this way. Other accessories he comes with are this gun. This is part of the Siege Optimus mold. It has a 5mm port on top and one at the end. Perfect for blast effects. Fits with Nemesis perfectly, and I think I might prefer this gun over the Earthrise one. He comes with a few accessories from the Power the Prime's leader Nemesis Prime, including this sword. This is supposed to represent the Dark Star Symbol, and it's pretty cool. With the red paint does feel a little weird for some reason. It has a 5mm peg on it, but it's ever so slightly too small. It just ends up really loose and just falls out way too easily. These guns, they have two 5mm ports underneath. These look best in his forearm. They are a little big, but do look really cool. And finally for POTP's weapons, Geyser. He's essentially a battle master, since he is a sword. Nemesis looks awesome dual wielding the sword. His transformation is quite simple. Start by flipping this back, then split the blade in half, and then finally turn them round. And it results in a pretty cool bird mode with a huge wingspan. His feet can slot into the groove on a Dark Star save, but that's probably more for storage in sword mode. At least it would be if this peg wasn't so small. Geyser isn't the only power Nemesis comes with. There's also Fangtron. He's a repaint of the Earthrise Slitherfang, so he has this shield mode. It has a flip out 5mm peg underneath, so it can be used as a shield. But with these road connection parts, there's no denying that this is just supposed to turn into a road. I would say that's weird, but Vomit Comet exists. There's this grey patch, which stands out a little bit with the rest of the Energon pink. There are two blast effect pegs, which is great since he comes with this cool exploding blast effect piece. For as much crap as I've given this mode, it does actually work pretty well. You can even extend it using the trailer's shield. For comparison, here is a Battle Master and a core class. For transformation, flip the whole thing open, fold this piece down, fold this down, flip the peg out, and then fold these in like this. And here is Fangtron in his robot mode. A groovy little snake mode. The silver contrasts nicely with the pink in this mode, but I feel some of that pink could have been used here on the treads. For articulation, there's a hinge at the head, two hinges in the body, a swivel in the body, and a hinge at the end of the tail. Not a whole bunch of poses he can get into. For comparison, a Battle Master and a core class. The last accessory he comes with is buried in this Play-Doh. I'm not kidding. You have to pull this tub out of the packaging and rummage around inside of it for a plastic bag containing these 3 Energon cubes. I have no idea why, but they are really cool. At least they would be if I had more than 3. There's not really much you can do with this many. It would be so cool to have hundreds of these stacked up on top of each other. But alas, it's only 3. With all these accessories, Nemesis is a real powerhouse. So I do think it's kind of weird how he doesn't come with the axe that the Siege mold has. I can understand why he doesn't come with any type of evil matrix, as it would require new tooling to get the matrix on it. So I just give him the one that comes with Velocitron Scourge if I ever need him to have one. But the axe is on the tooling, surely, and it would have been really cool if he came with it. For articulation, there is a ball joint at the head. Arms can go all the way around, this far out, moving this parallel out the way. There is a backwards butterfly, elbow bend, bicep swivel, wrist swivel, waist swivel. Technically there's a backwards ab crunch, but it doesn't really work. Legs can go forward this far, back this far, as well as this far out. Thigh swivel, above the knee swivel, very deep knee bend, ankle tilt, toe down, and heel down. Above average posability, and he can pull off quite a few really dynamic poses. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, another Siege Voyager Soundwave, Siege Megatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Studio Series 86 Slug, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. Overall, I do prefer this figure over Earthrise Prime, but I do feel there are 2 factors doing most of that. The black deco, and the fact that my Earthrise Prime is damaged. Hasbro, please make an 86 Optimus. If my Prime wasn't broken and I was comparing it to the Siege Prime, I'm really not sure which one I would prefer. Either way, I'm happy having both figures. Having a variety across characters who are supposed to look the same is something I find joy in. It's one of the reasons why I quite like the Kingdom Ultra Magnus white body, and why I hope the rumoured 86 Ultra Magnus doesn't use Earthrise Prime, or that if they make a new figure for it, it isn't reused for an Optimus. If you had to choose between these 2 figures specifically, I'd probably have to say Nemesis, especially with the extra play value he brings. But that's about it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. My links in the description, so I guess that's Salut BC out. Next time is a big raptor.